to Building Better Relationships at Home and at Work with Angela and Patti podcast. This is Patti, a leadership and work-life balance coach from Arizona, USA.
And this is Angela, love and relationship coach from Sydney, Australia. And we are building better relationships with you.
Sharing new perspectives on being heart-centered at home and at work,
so you can draw on your inner power to make your relationships and the world a better place to be around. Welcome to the Building Better Relationships at Home and Work podcast with Angela and Patti. This is season 3, episode 72, where Patti will share on how leaders in the workplace are essential for creating better relationships in the workplace. In this podcast episode, Patti will share her journey of why she became a leadership coach and how work-life balance is necessary if you are a leader so that you can effectively be present for those you manage and lead. Patti is also today going to offer an exclusive offer for our podcast listeners. So stay tuned to hear about that at the end of the podcast. It's a discount for 30-minute sessions, which are perfect for busy leaders who really need to crack out a solution for those work problems. Hi, Patti.
Hi, Angela.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm great. So I wanted to share a little bit more about your background, Patti. Let's just review. It's quite extensive. So Patti has over 25 plus years of experience as a supervisor and business leader, and she inspires others to pursue their passions in life through their relationships, careers, business, and leadership development. Patti is a certified professional coach and a master certified coach, and she specializes in personal, business, work-life balance and leadership coaching. Patti is also a Reiki master, and she uses Reiki in her coaching practice as well. So with Patti's unique approach to leadership coaching, Patti has dedicated herself to helping others find passion, purpose, and confidence in all they do. Patti's theory is to find business success, you must know how to find happiness in other areas of your life and learn the true meaning of work-life balance. I know that word's very fashionable, but what does it really mean? And Patti became a professional coach and Reiki practitioner to help people follow their hearts, use their talents, and live a purposeful, balanced, and fulfilling life. All of these qualities are what make her coaching and Reiki therapy unique and inspiring. And she's committed to helping managers and supervisors to become better leaders and live a more purposeful, balanced life outside of work. So, Patti, please tell us and the listeners about you, your journey, why you became so passionate about work-life balance and leadership coaching.
Well, Angela, when I was a manager and supervisor, I wish I had a coach through my career as a supervisor. Being a leadership and work-life balance coach is so amazing, helping people understand themselves and what is happening in the workplace by the decisions that they make. And when it's time to schedule a vacation or step back and reevaluate the circumstances of being a manager or supervisor and what your actions have on you and the people that you work with. I wanted to help managers and supervisors have better work lives and personal lives and to treat their employees with understanding and kindness. And this is why I became a leadership and work-life balance coach.
And Patti, in your business journey, you started out as a supervisor. What did that role teach you about when to be nice with people and when to not be nice? Why? And can you maybe tell us more about why we struggle with not being nice?
As a manager or supervisor, there's the fear of being taken advantage of and not respected, or you are manipulated. Once you have been backstabbed, the job can jade the person's faith in others, and they start questioning people's motives and behaviors, especially if they've experienced betrayal and backstabbing in the workplace. A lot of people are climbing up the corporate ladder, that pun, but they don't care who they hurt along the way. And that's what happens in the workplace, and why people struggle with not being nice, because they are taken advantage of. They are not treated fairly, or not respected.
Right. Maybe you can share an example of when you had to go beyond being nice so you could help people in your workplace as their leader.
Yes, I'll give you a situation. Having crucial conversations with people about the hard topics or situations in the workplace. A lot of people, a lot of managers and supervisors shy away from that. And I'll give you an example. Say someone has been coming into work late and the team is counting on them being there. Their actions, the person that's being late, their actions are affecting others. And it's not once in a while, it's becoming a pattern. So sitting down and talking and asking what is going on why they're coming in late. It could be a life event change. There could be something going on in their personal life that's causing them to be late. And they may need to adjust their work schedule. Both the manager and the employee need to sit down and discuss what is going on, and calmly and openly, and come up with an agreeable solution to make it better for them as well as the team. So that's a situation that needs a crucial conversation.
Great. And that's the sort of thing, I guess, you would help managers craft that ability to have those conversations.
Yes, we would sit down, and if they need to practice saying what they're going to say, I can help them with that, to practice on how to relate to that employee, to help them, say it in a way and work with that employee and be kind and not confrontational.
Great. And I guess also that skill would help leaders who are busy just have the conversation without making drama and get it done quickly because they have limited time.
Yes, and not shy away from it and think that it's going to go away, because it's not going to go away. It's probably going to get worse. You need to address it.
Great. So you work with busy leaders and managers, supervisors, and you help them with work-life balance, that magic word, right? Can you share a few strategies on how to get better work-life balance for those people?
Sure. Here's a few quick strategies. If you're feeling overwhelmed, take a break and walk away for a few minutes to clear your mind. A lot of leaders are always at their desks. They don't walk away.
Yeah.
So it's good to walk away for a few minutes, and you can refocus and, just calm yourself by doing that. Take time to prioritize first thing in the morning on what really needs to be accomplished that day. And start with the hard parts of the job first and get it out of the way so you can focus on the other parts of your job that you really enjoy. Recruit some people, some help from your employees or your family to get things done. I think a lot of times managers and supervisors tend to want to take on everything, and you need to recruit help, especially if you're overwhelmed.
Yeah, I can imagine that a lot of your sessions would be just helping them to learn how to delegate and
Yeah.
find different ways to get things done because
Right.
they're used to being control freaks. So often leaders struggle with issues in the workplace, but they have to work out those problems alone, like I was just mentioning about even how to delegate. So how can coaching help leaders in the workplace who may often be making decisions that affect many other people?
Coaching helps the client look deep and in different ways into situations that come up for their own solutions. I coach the whole person because work and home life affect how we show up at work and our attitude towards others and ourselves. When you have no support and under a lot of stress, you don't step back and look at what's going on inside you. And
Mm.
sometimes the ridiculous thoughts you are having towards those problems, are they really what you assume? Are you communicating the needs and wants clearly so the people you're communicating to understand what you want? There's a lot of miscommunication because we're not communicating clearly or at the same level what really needs to be done or what you need to do.
And also busy leaders are limited on time. So how do you work with these leaders to fit coaching into their schedule?
I have all kinds of coaching and Reiki sessions, 30 minutes laser coaching, 60 minutes various coaching packages, a self-paced online course, a podcast for managers and supervisors. This gives a variety of ways for coaching to fit into their schedule and helps them commit to the coaching process. Through the coaching process, they have someone who understands them and what
Okay.
they are going through and gives them the flexibility with scheduling a session since they are extremely busy with work and home life demands.
Great. Yes. So that challenge is fairly consistent, trying to be on all the time. And one of the things that I think we've looked at before was that leaders struggle with making time for themselves. So that might mean they struggle with making time for coaching. And you mentioned laser coaching for
Yeah.
those short on time. How does laser coaching work different from the regular coaching?
Yes, laser coaching is a one-time focused, goal-oriented and solution session. It typically is less than 30 minutes and can be shorter to resolve a problem quickly. It uses coaching, mentoring, and management techniques while allowing the coach to adapt and use their own personal style of coaching. Laser coaching goes to the problem quickly to get a plan of action to use quickly. Managers and supervisors deal with problem situations and need clarity very quickly on how to handle a situation in the best
Yeah.
way possible. And laser coaching can help them get to that solution fast since their time is essential in the workplace and they need to resolve that issue as soon as possible and take action.
Great. So besides those laser coaching, which targets a problem straight away, what are the other leadership and business techniques and courses that you have that can help people?
Well, thank you for asking, Angela. I have a self-paced online mini course called Work-Life Balance Hacks for Busy Executives, Aspiring Leaders, Managers, and Supervisors who love their career but want more in life. And what that means is that a lot of times when you're so focused on your career, everything else in your life has been put on the wayside. So how do you incorporate having a personal life when you're working 24/7? So that's that course. It's a mini course. And then I also have a 21-day optimal work-life balance workbook program that's self-paced, and you get a digital workbook and 21 days of emails to help you create your own work-life balance plan. And everybody's work-life balance plan is different.
Yeah.
And during your life, it's different. So you can take this workbook and keep, as you have life-changing events, decide, okay, what is my work-life balance I want now? Say you have you're a career and you've been single, and then you get married and you have kids. Everything changes for your work-life balance plan. You get older, you're looking forward to retirement. How do you get there? And how do you live a good life, fulfilled life?
And then also you mentioned that you do Reiki as well. How does the Reiki work with coaching, or is it separate to the coaching?
Reiki is a different session, but you can use it for as well. It complements coaching. When someone is overstressed, overwhelmed, or needs clarity, they can schedule a Reiki session with me. I want to help managers and supervisors reduce overwhelm, stress, anxiety, overload before burnout or health issues occur, and bring some peace and tranquility into their chaotic lives. Reiki is a powerful practice to help with relaxation, stress relief, lower the anxiety and overworked mind chatter. Spending time in relaxing and letting go of a demanding work week with complicated challenges and duties. A Reiki session can help all make that a difference, from keeping you balanced in your mind and peace and harmony, so that you can be more productive and calm during those stressful moments at work and at home. It also gives you clarity and come up with solutions because you're in a relaxed state. So it's very good for you to take a few moments and do that.
It's fascinating, isn't it, that the Reiki can actually help you resolve a problem, even though you're not thinking about it. You're receiving the energy, and then the problem solution comes to you naturally.
Right.
And also mentoring. So sometimes coaches like yourself, you actually do mentoring, not just coaching. So how is your mentoring different to pure coaching?
Yes. So a mentor will share and point out what he or she thinks and what you could have done better and give advice. Well, a coach will ask questions to the individual on what they could improve on and how to make that happen. Leadership coaching is more active and requires leaders to think not just about improving, but also how to create an action plan and accomplishment and put it into action. When coaching with my clients on Zoom, I ask, what is going on in your life and your work life and home life, and what they want in their life? We look at what's working for them and what's not working for them, and what they want to change and what they want to keep, and what action steps to get there, and how those action steps take effect in their workplace with them as well as others? And what is the best solution for the problem they face? And how will that put it into action? And what did they learn from it? When I mentor, I make suggestions for techniques, products, services, or I tell them a story of how I handled a situation in the past to give them an example. Laser coaching is using coaching and mentoring together, and this can help the client get to the solution fast and put it into action immediately.
That helps a lot. So someone who needs help can have you as both coach and mentor, and
yes,
they can
and Reiki.
decide.
So they can do all three.
Yeah. And Patti, you have another podcast, which is for those busy leaders. It's called Exploring Life and Work with Patti, from chaos to calm, for managers and supervisors. So can you share about that podcast and why you started it?
Yes, I made the mini podcast. It is usually under 6 minutes for busy managers and supervisors to explore their situations as a manager and supervisor. The reason is it is not the usual leadership podcast. It discusses real situations in the workplace, and I ask questions for the managers and supervisors to reflect on and come up with their own conclusion on how to deal with the topic. The podcast is for managers or supervisors who feel burned out, stressed out, overworked from a demanding job, and are looking to find some calm and balance in their life, both inside and outside of work.
That sounds awesome. Thanks for sharing that, Patti. And how can our listeners find you or contact you about your products, services, and the podcast?
Yes, they can go to my website, www.coachingforinspirationwithpatti.com, and Patti spelled Patti.
Awesome. And is there anything else you would like to share with the listeners? Or yes, can you share that exclusive offer for the listeners to the podcast?
Yes, I would love to. I'm offering a discount to the Building Better Relationship listeners for a 30-minute leadership coaching session on Zoom. And we will have the link in the show notes to schedule it. And it's a discount of 3% off of a 30-minute session of leadership coaching.
Awesome. So we'll have that link below. Thank you so much, Patti, for sharing everything that you have to offer us. And thanks to the listeners for listening. And we'll just ask you to follow us on Spotify and share the podcast with others. And just an extra tip for those listening, if you're not on Spotify, you can open up the app on your desktop, and it's a free service, but you will need to use an email and password. And then you can follow the podcast there, and that will really help us to boost and promote our podcast. Thanks so much for listening.
Thank you for listening to Building Better Relationships with Angela and Patti. Send us a message and please like or share the podcast or donate with the Anchor donate button. We really value your feedback.